Former Central Intelligence Organization CIO bosses Epiton Bonyongwe and Lovemore Itai Mukandi have exposed the long-standing politicization of Zimbabwe's intelligence services, and they are entangled in ZANU-PF succession politics. The revelations contained in their recently published memoirs have reignited debate over the security sector's role in political transition since the 2017 military-assisted change of power. Sabina mashukubdanyo kupangwa na chino kwa kunzi Bonyongwe reviews CIO political secrets. Don't subscribe or like on the bell icon. Tinta bele na mobile kwa mchinzi. In an opinion piece published by ZVAITWA, Professor Allen Munoriarwa of Walter Sissoco University argues that the two former spy chiefs' accounts reveal how the intelligence agents serves not national interests but the narrow political objectives of the ruling party. He warns that the continued involvement of state security structures in internal party battles echoes the same patterns that preceded the 2017 coup, reflecting a worrying recurrence of what he terms institutional capture and parallel intelligence operations. Below is the opinion piece by Professor Munoriarwa. By Professor Allen Munoriarwa, this year has been a pivotal one for Zimbabwean politics. The ongoing succession dispute between the president and the vice president shows no sign of abating. All signs point to a dog-eat-dog contest in the upcoming years, with potential for brutal, even violent conclusion. To understand the unfolding crisis, let us rewind to February 2025. Former CIO Director General Epiton Bonyongwe, the longest-serving head of country's state security service under the ex-president Robert Mugabe, launched an autobiography titled "One Among Many: My Contribution to the Zimbabwean Story." Almost immediately after, another former CIO Deputy Director General Lovemore Itai Mukandi published his own tell-all book, How Mnangagwa Blindsided Robert Mugabe and Grabbed Zimbabwe. It now seems fashionable for former spy chiefs to document their organizational experience. The icing on the cake, however, came with the ruling party's annual conference, which served as comic relief amid the release of the two explosive books. At this ZANU-PF conference, the party resolved to extend the president's tenure to 2030. Notably, in Bulawayo last year, PANECHAMISA had announced the same resolution. These three developments are deeply interlinked, and their coincidence bodes ominously for the country. Yet it is hardly productive to dwell on the ZANU-PF conference itself. It has become a predictable annual ritual, recycling the same hollow rhetoric. The usual party stalwarts shouted the same slogans applauded by hungry, unemployed, and disillusioned youths, cheering proclamation of imagined economic progress. Ndoma shukaruda panguva ino atogwa nema-CIO bosses vachiexposa aiwa kushandisiwa kunenge kuchiitwa nekukepcha kunenge kwakaitwa their intelligence institution kuti save mazanu-PF interests. Tudze mafunguro enyu moti kudii pamusoro pechitiko ichi. Pene kuma section medu mafunguro enyu, subscribe or like, chat on the bell icon.